Hi guys, coming at you from home. Stay home. This is what it looks like for me. I'm just gonna do a little how-to video with my daughter and show you how to apply your color. It could be your daughter, it could be your husband, it could be a friend. I'm not sure who's gonna be applying it for you. But I'm gonna show you sectioning for just a parting where the part that you just is exposed, and most of you will be having that just to get us through this time. But I'll just split off the sectioning so you can see both things, and then I'll apply the color and the base and just show you from point A to point B. So here we go. This is my daughter Lexi. Stay at home, baby.
Hi guys.
All right, so perfect. So that looks great, guys. So you want to find like little table, something that you can like set your stuff on. You know, you see me at the studio with the tray. Get a comfortable chair. Find something that you can put your products on, and got the clips and a tint brush. And so I don't have the towel here. This is kind of on the fly. I was actually gonna go in and work with a client and do a video, and my daughter said, "Hey mom, why don't you not? And let's keep up with being safe and do a video with me in the backyard." So that's what we're doing. It's called, being strong for each other at these kind of hard times. So with Lexi, I would say, at home you want to wrap a towel. You want to have a big collar like this, preferably something that buttons down so that you can easily hop in the shower when you're done and be able to wash this off. I wouldn't be too worried about your shower or anything like that. It shouldn't be a big problem. But if you are, you could rinse it in the sink and then go into the shower afterwards and wash your hair. But to get started, you're gonna want to have a towel around your neck with a shirt that maybe isn't that important to you that buttons down. And then the base, it's gonna be an oil that you're gonna be placing on, and I just put a little bit of it on the back of my hand. This is not the same base. I don't have everything that I need right now, but it is the same method. So you're just gonna put a little bit on your hand, and you're gonna go around the whole hairline. You shouldn't have to worry too much about getting it on your hair, although, it's really just mostly for the skin. But this is a really great barrier that will allow you to, apply it. This is so weird. Apply it around the hairline. Kind of turn your head, honey, so they can see. And, you can kind of see where your hair is. You just go along the edge. And really down here you can't avoid it, so it will get on there a little bit. You can do the tops of the ears. So trying to avoid the hair, but knowing that this is the type of product that really isn't such a big deal. As far as that, it's a great product. So we're going to use that for the barrier cream. You've got a towel around your neck, and there's two different. The majority of you are just going to be doing what we call a parting in the studio, and you've had it done, but we're talking, so we don't always pay attention. But I'm going to tilt your head all the way down, babe. So you want to look at how the hair parts. You want to make sure you go down below that area. Just make sure it's getting this. So there's this kind of deep V back here. So everything kind of below that point, you don't need. You don't see it. We're going to get to it when you guys get back. Some of you are going to choose to have the whole hair that you would tint. So in this situation with the parting, you would just be clipping this off, getting it out of your way, and then go ahead and bring your head back. So Lexi wears her hair down the center, pretty much, just slightly off-centered. So the color is the strongest when you first put it on. So wherever your gray is the strongest and that you see it the most is where you want to get started. So even though her part's here, I'm going to come a little further over, just a smidge. I'm going to start on the side that I'm standing on. So this will be the first thing that's hit, and then I'm going to move down and over. And, when we do a part at the studio, we basically come back from this deepest point into the eyebrow, and then behind the ear. The rest of this can be pinned off. It's not a huge area. It gives you everything you need. Some of you have gray hair down in this area here. You will apply it in through there at the very end. So you've got this small section here. Again, we're on this side. I'm gonna come down into the deepest part. Put your head to the side, Lex. Come up towards your eyebrow. Move this out of the way, and then behind the ear. So all this stuff on a part will get clipped back out of the way nice and tight. It's actually probably better that you just take this completely back out and just pin this away. You have that small section to work with. As we go through this, I'll show you and explain. It'll make more sense. But when things are really tight and kind of out of the way, we're actually gonna come in like this a little bit. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so nice and tight and out of the way. So that's for your clip. So if you were doing an all over hair color, which a few of you may, you literally just part just off center of your part, all the way down through the center, all the way down through the side of the ear on both sides, and pin all of this back. Once you get all the front, then you put the center down in the back, and you do the same thing in the back. If you have any questions, call me. I'll walk you through it. We can FaceTime. So since we're doing the all over color, I'm gonna be working just a little off center to where Alexa parts, and I'll be starting on this side so we get that back side of that section. So the most important thing here is really little sections. You know, when you get your color, again, we're not using the same things that everyone's got different products that they're gonna use, but see here, you're gonna mix the two parts together and you're gonna really stir it and push down. I kind of push down into the bottom. Some of the color is gonna be more like a jelly. Some of you are gonna have it more like this where it's frosting. It just depends on your, you know, personal formula that we use on you. But you're just gonna try to stay down in the bottom of the bowl so you don't waste it on the sides, and get it mixed. Get it in, I'm right-handed, so I like to have it off to the right of me. And this is where you want things to be really tight and clean. So you just kind of keep that hair off out of the way on that side. And you keep this section really tight. So you're gonna take the, can you hold this up, honey?
Yes.
You're gonna put it in here, and you're gonna put a good amount of color on the bottom. You can, it doesn't need to be so much on the top, but you want it to be like frosting or some of the gel color where it's really heavily loaded. So that's the most important step, is that you're getting on a lot of color. And Alexa's regrowth is all the way out to here. Some of you, it'll be here. Some of you, it'll be here. But you just are tapping this color right on the area. She's a perfect person because she's got these little baby hairs. And it's gonna just hold it down. So if you just have a tiny bit of regrowth, you just tap. You're gonna tap it on the front side, the bottom side, and then the top side of the section, all the way down. Then when you go down to go to your next section, you just take a very thin, small section, and how you're gonna know is when you flip this back, you're gonna see that that color's on there. And you're going to tap, tap, tap it on. I feel like I'm training my new assistant. This is funny. Tap it on. Same thing, really small section. It's a little thick here. You can see, can you turn your head, honey? You can see the color here, but you can't see it there. Come back. So for the best saturation, just take your time, get really skinny little sections. Pull the hair taut, tap it on. Oop. Get some more hair color. Tap it on, and you just, in that same way, you move all the way down. If you have to split the section up because it's just too much hair, that's okay. I'm gonna do that here. Tap it on. Trying not to go out past, you know, where the regrowth, the old growth is. Do tiny little sections here if it's easier.
So you don't want to go past the regrowth, you want to go right up to it?
Yeah.
Got it.
Nice, babe. Moving that hair out of the way. Tapping it on there. And you'll just see that it just kind of almost bleeds through. The colors that, you know, some of you are going to have it where it looks white like this. Others are going to have it where it's already looks like a color. It might even be orange. Don't let that scare you. It oxidizes in the hair. This is a pretty easy, you know, the formula is correct for your hair. So don't worry if it looks different than this. So now we're getting back into this kind of angle, you know, where we separated off the hair. Kind of at the bottom here. So here, if you'd like, you can come this other direction and you can get it, just kind of split the difference between those two areas. And you can start coming in this way. Hi, darling.
What you doing?
We're making a video for people to know how to put their hair color on at home.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't even think about you. You would have been a perfect candidate. Do you need your roots done?
I'll let my gray kind of come out.
You go, girl. You're supporting everybody with COVID?
Actually, I started doing that before.
Good for you.
I might rock my silver fox.
I think it's awesome.
So we'll see.
Very cool. You good?
Yeah.
Good.
It's just like being at the salon.
This is it, right? This is what it's like being at home. Everybody can be part of the equation, right?
Well, I'm just showing them, mushing it down, making sure the product is mixed together.
Yep. So again, I like to kind of clean that back off, and then I take it with me on my first run. You know, some of, again, I'm not sure if I'm talking to a husband or a daughter or, you know, who's putting this on, but some of these women have highlights as well. So we're really just focusing on the you know, the dark root that's coming in, or the, you know, silver root that's coming in, and wanting to, and this is where, you know, pulling things really tight. As I'm pulling this hair back, it lets me really get in there without making a mess. If it's really messy, it's because there's not enough tension. So don't be afraid to, you know, pull it a little bit. You kind of have to be a little bit in control with these little stinkers. And grays are very resistant, so just really coming in here at the end of this section and really tapping it on there, making sure that you didn't miss anything. And then you're supposed to have gloves on, by the way. Then
Gloves.
we'll come over here. Just kind of back off the face, but out of the way. Use your back of your comb here to just kind of find where you started. And we'll pick up where we left off over here. So again, if you are finding that you feel like it's really messy and it's getting everywhere, try to hold that section a little tighter. So on this side, pick up a little bit of the hair, give it a little bit of tension. And on this side, you kind of grab the section and pull down. Tap, tap, tap it on. I guess, you know, one thing to show here is that you kind of pull the color up the side of the bowl so that you get this like little,
It's like
pad.
dipping a chip into guac.
Yeah, you got to get some guac on your brush, baby. It's good.
Now, what if somebody doesn't have a helper? Could somebody do this on their own?
Yes.
Can I try to do it?
Yes. You need a mirror.
I'm gonna use my camera on my phone.
Okay.
Just because we don't have a mirror right now.
Okay.
So, guac. Did you already part it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this side first since this is the part that I'm pulling. And
Let's
then
come this way a little bit. Oh boy. So a little bit more of a tap than a pull on you. You have a lot of regrowth, but
Okay.
some of these people don't. Yeah. So pretend on the next one that you don't have hardly any.
okay. Whoa.
Right. That's so awesome. So this is what they're going to be experiencing.
So bored.
Okay.
Come say hi, bud.
We're making a video for Mom's clients. So, the tap.
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Yep. So when you're on the bottom one, you want to try to hold this hair down, and when you're on, there you go.
You're right. I remember you saying that. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. How was that? Obviously, you'd have a mirror, not looking at yourself in the phone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it would be a little different for you guys. You're on your own, but it's possible. It's not impossible. Right?
Yes, and that's true. So it's great to see her do that because, and I will say that I cannot put makeup on in a cell phone, but I could do it in a mirror, no problem.
Me either.
So I think a mirror for sure is the way to go. But what I can see is wanting our sections to be really little, even if that means we have to split them to come back. I'm going to have you
Continue doing
just
it?
keep going. So hit this one again, and then when you get to that point, let's stop and have you section it again.
This one? Hit it again.
So yeah.
I don't have a...
Oh, you need sorry. Kaden, do we have a mirror anywhere here?
I'm sure we do. But
Oh,
I'm
look
gonna
at
just-
you.
there we
Look at you. That's awesome. Look at that, Lexi. Nice. Nice. Okay.
go. In the bottom, the top two, or
Yeah.
just the bottom?
And you can, there you go. There you go. Cool.
Let's see if I can get the...
It's backwards. That's why it's so hard. Try
So
to
you
come.
go
Try
this
to come
way?
from this way. Well,
Which way do you suggest?
There you
Going
go.
This
Come-
way?
because you want to just get this tiny little area here. See how it's backwards for you. It's going to be the hard spot. So I hope you have someone that can help you with this because it is going to be easier. Back here is where it's going to be the hardest.
Oh, look, I messed up right there.
So I may do another how-to on you doing your own because I can actually see like the challenge of doing your own hair with this. So that's good. So basically it was hard for her to get here. She wanted to come up and at an angle. And when we're doing it on somebody, it's really easy to come back into this little section, hit the front and the bottom. So now we're gonna match up with the ones that she's got going on here. So, for someone that's putting this on, I think this is also really great just to see like some of the challenges. It's obviously easier for somebody else to do this than to do it on your own hair. But I think, putting something on, I actually just weave a highlight in my hair and my roots are a little, I kind of like that ombre look and didn't have my girl. So maybe I'll put a root color on to tone down my roots. And then you can see me do it. So another video to come, it looks like.
Stay tuned.
And you'll see, by the way, you will actually see that it is not as easy for me to do that as it is to do this. I mean, that is the reality of it. That's like, it will be good for you to see that. I'll put some color on my roots.
Did you do her whole head already?
No, on just the other side. Okay, so now we're at the end of this section here, this part. It's gonna feel so good. So, FYI, we're using conditioner. You guys would have laughed at the conversation we just had. I was so mad. I want to go back to work so bad right now. And they're not having it. So turn your head to the side. So again, if you have the gray hair, this is a great time to come back in and just get that whole hairline all the way down. If you do not have someone to help you with this, you got to have a couple mirrors to make it work. And you can take that all the way around on both sides. So get both sides of the section. It's like you double apply. And that is how you get the saturation that you need. Marisol's calling you.
I know.
Is your head tingly?
No, but it smells so good. Is it supposed to tingle?
Yeah, it's like a...
I mean, it's cold, but
Yeah.
it's not tingling.
What? Joe? I know.
So the tension, pulling on the hair a little bit is what helps it to not be so messy. I've got a little hair in here and that also makes it messy. If you find that some of the hair is getting stuck inside, take it out because it will be the thing that makes the biggest mess. So now you can just let the hair sit. If you have really a minimum of 45 minutes, but if you find that you know you feel your hair is really resistant and you're not sure and you feel like you need more time, this is a generic video with generic instructions. So if you have any questions before you get started, don't hesitate to call me. And then here you can see as you're going back through this, this has pushed it off. The heat from your scalp starts to push it off. So if you find that happens, you want to come back in and just check. You know, as soon as you're done, go around the whole hairline and make sure that everything, you can tell the gray kind of pops out. It's really tough to see this right here, but this hair is pushing the product off of it. So you just come back in and you just, again, tap it back on, only where need be. Keep your stuff out, and then one more time, just come through. This is something we don't want it to do. This will cause a mark on a highlight. So you just want to be careful to be, take your gloves off if you need to, or clean them off, and bring the hair back down. Kind of keep it, make sure it's back off the face. Can you look this way? This is all good here. And you let it process. Set a timer for 45 minutes. Kick up your feet. Okay, so I look forward to hearing from you guys if you have any questions. I'm gonna actually maybe recommend that you guys look through this whole thing and then start. And I'll do another video on how to on my hair in just a minute. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
Stay safe, guys.
You're doing another video?